high top news. Just so everybody knows, in case you're interested, I do have high tops. Um, they're still at sample level. This is not like full production level. They're not. They do fit, but not exactly. So they do work. Uh, we will improve them over a few iterations here. But as of right now, I do have some high tops. So they are on eBay if anybody wants to check them out. So for anybody doing this later, this is a whole lot more fun live. So please join us live next time, if at all possible. Ah, so the picture is much clearer tonight. Hey, Paul. Bring the volume down here. So I use this so I can see comments. If anybody wants to comment or question or anything like that, they're more than welcome. Okay, what are we doing? So tonight, if anybody wants to talk about 288 high tops, that's fine. Hey, Greg. Um, would love to talk about 288 high tops, but I do have to get something out the way, which is this 272. Just so everybody knows, this is Sammy's 272. It was nearly new, and it ate itself because the intake bolts came loose. So you got to do bolt checks. I'll say it again. You got to do bolt checks. You have a freshly new saw. It got to be checked. Preferably every tank for the first few tanks at least, and then you set up a schedule. But you got to check it anyway. This box came, and it comes from Rattler. So this is not open this yet, so we will see what happens. Do this all live. What we're going to do is we're going to get a squish number, and then some timing numbers, and then see if we can do some port work. So, yeah, if anybody has any questions or comments, feel free to put them up. We have 5 people here. Who's here? So overall, I don't like porting brand new heads. This was actually a brand new head, so I wanted to adjust the squish slightly and get a little compression bump, which I did without having to grind on it. But now, since it is somewhat used, it's like, well, let's grind on it. So, in case anybody's wondering, Rattler does absolutely first-rate machine work. That's beautiful. Hey, Roadrunner. I haven't seen you in a bit. Light. I mean, just top shelf. Top shelf. Every day of the week here. So, what we do now is get a squish. So what he does is he takes a little off the skirt too, helps, and he hits that, shows chamfered. Well, I've been busy too, so whatever, it's okay. Things happen. So the gasket's already here; it's still here. So I will still use that. Hey, Dan. just in case anybody here hasn't seen, I do have 288 high top covers at this point, which I think is pretty cool. They're here. So, and they are on eBay, and there will be more coming to eBay eventually when they let me list them. Okay. Not a head slapper. That's good. Right. In order to get a squish, I gotta pull this off. I'm gonna pull the flywheel off too. That gives me a chance to use my new flywheel puller. Guys, give me 2 seconds. I gotta check on something upstairs. Hang on 1 minute. Okay, sorry. Here we go. Right, I gotta take that apart. Right, so I might as well take the starter off and all that stuff. But I need to get the degree wheel on here, so yeah. Alright. Where's all my drivers? And they're on the car. Whatever. By the way, we do have another kind of fun thing to do eventually here. Just want a straight screwdriver. Yeah, there. We have a 266 that is in a box right underneath here, which we will definitely do. Funny, I don't know what's going on, guys. I've had 30 some odd people in chats before. Now we're down to like 6. I don't mind hanging out with you guys. Don't get me wrong. But is nobody getting the messages? You know, what's going on here? Maybe I used to be interesting. Maybe I'm not now. I don't know. So yeah, now we got to use the flywheel puller, which I just got. I'm going to try that and see if that works. Which I think is pretty 4mm, pull off the pawls. Don't forget the little washers that are under there too. Pawl, then spring, yeah, basically the stud, pawl, spring, and then washer. I guess I don't really need to pull off the flywheel, because I can get my degree wheel on there. Seems to me like if I don't have to pull the flywheel, that would be better. But let's just look. Let's see if this actually works. I know what we can do. We can try this on the 266. Did they make it convenient? Maybe they did. Hopefully it's 19mm. That would be awful nice. I have my 19mm socket. It's right here. Yeah, they made it 19mm. Cool. Put the point on it. Oh yeah, that'll work. Some 5mm studs. Down as far as they go. That might make sense. That way they grip good. And then down. Yeah, so again, I don't really need to take the flywheel off, but I will. Kind of just to demonstrate, just to see if this system actually works here. The M5 screws fully in. Basically, the further in the screw goes, the more likely are to grab all the thread type of thing. Okay, make sure it's fairly well centered there. So we can just thread this down a little bit further. Right. Right, now it's not going to move. Put those down. Ah, okay. Let's see if we hit it. Ha ha! Check that out. So this I actually got from Cheap Chainsaw Parts, CCP, on eBay. And it's actually listed as a McCullough flywheel puller. But I think that works fine. Check that out. These are actually through holes, which I didn't know, but through holes. Flywheel's fine, of course. Okay, so let's get the degree wheel on this and see where things are at. Just so you guys know, I'm not seeing any comments right now. Dan, or whoever's there, can you throw up a comment just so I can see something? Make sure they're working. Can everybody hear me? Can you guys hear me? Test, test. Okay, I can hear me on here, so you guys should be able to hear me. All right. Just checking. Can usually have more view. Hey, Aaron. That's my M8 adapter. Yeah, remember you hear me? Okay, good. You can throw up comments or questions or anything like that. You know, whatever you want, man. So. Just gonna take this apart and put it away. So I don't lose it. We need to get some timing numbers down. Do a little bit of grinding on this head. Get it to where it might be good. And yep, so that goes there. Actually, we'll put this down and away so it don't get messed up. Baggy here. Cool, very simple idea. Nice heavy plate. Again, it's Cheap Chainsaw Parts, CCP, on eBay. That's where I got that. Okay, now I need a piston stop. Nylon rope is like by far the best piston stop. It's very unlikely to damage anything. So I tighten the whole thing down, the wheel down. Mastermind has a great video on how to balance a flywheel, so there's really no need for me to fully explain what's going on, but you got your in a flywheel, balance a degree wheel. So what I like to do is I will move the piston visually to what I think is right about top dead center. Then what I'll do, again, you can do all kinds of crazy stuff here. You just need a point of reference. So a mark, and a mark, just two marks that I can line up. Completely arbitrary. Then I'll take and actually, without moving the piston, without moving the whole assembly here, I move my degree wheel now up to those marks to top dead center. Just to get an approximation. This is very, very, very approximate, right? And if you have a drill chuck, you can do this too. It's the same idea, you know. Now it's approximately a top dead center. So now I'm going to back it off this direction. And now again, I'm going to do something arbitrary. This is just a piece of aluminum, but back it off. This is a piston stop. And it'll arbitrarily stop at a particular point. Let's say right now it's about 54 degrees. Now I run it around the other direction, and it'll stop again. Say, okay, that's about 70. So split the difference. So essentially, again, you hold the wheel so it doesn't move, or you hold the crankshaft actually so it doesn't move, and so split the difference. So we're 62, 61, 62. Now you go back around the other side. That's like 63, 64. And that's like 62. I'm going to tighten down the degree wheel a little bit more. I can always move it a little bit because there is play in this particular setup. Okay, that's to 64 now, and that is to 62. So now I went 1 degree too far. Just a hair more. Again, we're not going to the moon. This is not ultimate precision. That's 63. Go around. 62 and a half. That's fine. Good. Hey, Sam. This is yours. And Bob's here. Wonderful. Yeah, Sammy, this is yours. Rattler did a brilliant job with the head. Oh, you know what? I didn't even check squish. Sorry. Hey, Tim. Hi, now we got some more folks here. Waiting for people to show up. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I used to draw a bit of a crowd. And now, not. Whatever. Doesn't matter. We're good. So let's check squish. Uh-oh. Went the wrong direction. Gonna have to adjust the timing numbers again, but that's okay. Doesn't matter. Oh, that's nice and tight. 18,000, Sammy. Oof. 17 and a half. That's going to be tight, buddy. You're going to have some compression. You bid on one, Bob? Okay. It's YouTube and the notices, you think? Okay. Sammy, that is nice and tight squish. You're going to have some pop with that. If it's over 15, under 20, somewhere in there, yeah, you're good. If it's the under 15 we worry about. But it's not a head slapper. It definitely moves good. All right, I gotta go back this again because I put that up. So now I gotta move this back. Now we're like 68. That's 62. $65. 65. Maybe 60. Right, about 65. Okay, so maybe 64, 65. And it's like 64. Yeah, we'll stick with that. Well, it's not me, Sammy. We did that was all Rattler. He did the machine work, so he's absolutely top notch. Top notch. Okay, so now we got the degree wheel degreed. And you can always check by just checking whatever the exhaust is. So what we're looking for is we're looking for opening on the exhaust. So now you take and here's your degree wheel. Down here. Now I can spin this, right? And I'm just looking. You can use a coat hanger, whatever. The frame of reference is arbitrary as long as it is actually set up to where this now makes it top dead center is actually on there. So check what the exhaust here is, and we can check it on both sides. You know, you don't have to check it on just one. You check it on both sides of your stroke here. Say, okay, that's good there. So we're at top dead center 90. That's like 100. That's about 104, 105. Let's call that 105. So now we'll go back down, and there's about there. So make sure it's balanced. Again, it's just another way of balancing. It's like 104. Yeah. So we can adjust that a little bit, but it does not need to go far. You were outbid. Yeah, I don't know how high those are going to go, Bob. The ones that are signed, I don't know. That's the thing. So, but my intention here is so I just went to the plastics guy today, and there's more work to be done, and it's going to cost more money. So what I've already put in was a stretch. That's the problem. So, like a real stretch. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a few more similar batch with a few improvements, and then we're going to make, I'll sell those, and then we'll make another jump, and then we'll do a run of literally hundreds. And then when we do that final run, the price is going to go up. So the samples will be less money. They will definitely work, but they will be a little bit less. The final run will be, the prices are definitely going to go up. So I appreciate all the support, everybody. If you can support it, then that's great. Okay, so 104, 105, so we really don't need to do a lot to the exhaust. The intake opens around 75. So what I'll do is I'll move the intake to like 80. And then what I do is I'll take and go in here and make a little mark with the razor on the piston. If I can get to it, I might not be able to get to it. All I'm trying to do make a little scratch. Does not need to be much. But it gives me an idea of how much I need to take off on the intake. It's an awful lot of oil there leaking out. Where'd that all come from? Oh, there's a hole. Yeah. Like, wait a minute, what am I doing? Right. The hole for the mount for the muffler is a through hole into the crank, into the oil part of the crankcase. Oil tank. Okay. Great. So yeah, basically we're going to do the 288 tops almost like a crowdfunding, but sort of in reverse. I've done the initial investment, and would appreciate any help anybody can give. Okay, so it's all helpful basically. All right, so need to adjust by 3 degrees. Then the question is, what do we got for transfers? It's not easy to see transfers. It's just not. 90, 100, 110, 122. Leave it. Don't touch. 90, 100, 110, 122. Yeah, leave it. We're not touching that at all. Zero touch on the transfers. Beauty. So a little bit of intake work, a little bit of exhaust work maybe. The shape looks nice on the exhaust. We'll make the intake nice and flat and wide and good shape here. So let's get this off. Yeah, the 288, like, so one of the things on the 288 covers is that my plastics guy is not super-duper convinced that the OEM stuff is actually glass reinforced, or glass fiber reinforced. It says that it is, but the proof is in the pudding that it's essentially not. So there's something interesting about that. And so if you take, yeah, PA6 GF30 is what it says. You take, this is an OEM cover, okay, and you can hit it and come up with a particular sound, but this is glass fiber, this is nylon glass fiber reinforced for sure, 30%. Guys, notice the difference in sound? So they might not be telling the whole truth on that. And it is the same thickness, so measured the same thickness. So yeah, really not sure that that's actually reinforced. This is, and this is tough as nails. Red dye. Hey, you're going to line of steel OEM factory parts, 200T. Yeah, you have to go to your dealer. Yeah, basically got to go to the dealer and sell your soul. That's pretty much how it goes. There's no, unfortunately, I have not found a shortcut there. So, and it's extremely pricey. There's no question about that. You can still, as far as I know, you can still build a brand new 200T. So, but it's going to cost you like $2,000 for all the parts if you get it through the steel dealer. But that's the reality of those saws, man. They're really pricey. All right. So let's actually, we don't need this right now. Just go bring your steel dealer donuts and see if he gives you a 10% discount or something. I don't know. You guys know what I mean? So now we're going to do, let's get a ring and the piston. Let me go get the piston here. Right, or get the aftermarket one. I since they don't have them, really? My dealer down the road, which used to be Farmington Valley Equipment, but it's United Ag and Turf now. I literally have a dealer that's like a block away from where I live, and yeah, that's no problem getting parts. They're just gonna charge you like mad. I mean, just it's crazy, but you can get them. All right, what next? I'm losing my train of thought. You guys are messing me up. I'm just playing. Yeah, that's kind of what I mean. There's some of the aftermarket stuff. This brand new caber, by the way, Sammy. There's some of the aftermarket stuff that's okay, and some that's not. And if you don't know what you're doing, so I see the mark that I made here, and it's about 2 millimeters. So I can adjust the intake by a couple millimeters and get a good number. Say in the intake, like somewhere around 80 is good on this. So what I'm going to do is I'm kind of eyeball this. This is a beautiful head. This is I think a KS head. It really doesn't have that much time on it. I wonder if gold will work. Let's try gold. This is more for a frame of reference than an absolute line. I'm literally just going to touch I'm going to kiss it. Just kiss the exhaust a little bit more, go a little wider. Because we just don't need to do tons. Yeah, so now I've got a flat line in there with a frame of reference. I don't necessarily need to grind to it. I just need to grind an appropriate amount, 2 millimeters, and I'll be about 80 for the intake. need more straight hand pieces. I forgot about that. Crap. Okay. In there. It's like an egg-shaped kind of carbide. When I'm doing grinding, especially on plating, I like to use gloves. It just tends to be kind of bad, you know. Be careful that maybe the crankcase is open. Oh, hang on, you're right. Okay. So what's also nice, if a cylinder has been run a little bit, you kind of get the idea of how far you can take the skirt. So this may not go that far, but we can go a little bit. And you want the intake flat and square, not rounded. You don't need it rounded because you don't have rings going past it. Nicer if you have light too. You can see something. I'm going to go from both directions here. just to show you guys. Yeah, so this corner square, that corner square, these corners don't matter, because when the piston is up, then it opens from this edge right here. Not that edge, this edge. So as soon as it opens, you want it wide and you want it open instantly. So the valve is nice and crisp opening and closing. I would if it was brand-wise like Steel Ghost say, can't blame it. Okay, yeah, you know, an OEM 200T is a very desirable saw. It's just going to cost you an arm and a leg. That's all. All right, I was going to knock this off, but I guess I will. I gotta get in here, you know? Pretty good. You know, you can take it. You know, you can take it to a bit of a limit, but I mean, kind of what's the point? got a couple millimeters on either side, you're good. I've seen some that are taken way wide. I take it to the limit of the skirt maybe, but maybe leave yourself a millimeter or two. But that's really all that side needs as far as grinding. Renters, this is living, I guess. I guess for some people this is, you know, this is where it's at. Other people, not gonna really do it for them. I'll go in here with some sandpaper a little bit, but it's really all about just getting it just right. So as soon as as it opens, it cracks uniformly across the bottom, square. Doesn't have to be highly polished, just a little bit polished. That's it. It's good. Now let's do the exhaust. I'm gonna take this and wash it real quick. You know what? I don't need to do that. I just need to. Oh, it's plugged in. Go, Sammy. Yep. This will be. Hopefully, we get it to pop tonight. Why not, right? There's not much more to do. Thanks, Sammy, for coming by. So again, what we'll do here, I don't need to do that much for the exhaust because the exhaust is like 104 right now. So it does not need to be just want a little bit of a frame of reference. I'm going to grind gently on the exhaust here. Thanks for coming by, Sam. So yeah, this is Sammy's saw for anybody that's wondering. So we're going to take our Sharpie. Let it dry a little bit, that way you don't have drips and whatnot. If it's obviously too oily in there, it's not going to work, etc. While we're waiting for that to dry for a second, that's fine. Let's find the arbor here. Sammy. Why is it not letting you go back in the comments? There aren't that many comments. So, shouldn't need to go too far. True living. Fresh piece of sandpaper, right? for a quick minute. Pull out the ring here. Yeah, so now I've got like a frame of reference to where to grind to and where to stay away from and all that. And what's nice is, again, on the used cylinder, you have an idea of where the skirts are because you can kind of see the rub line. You know how far to take it. This does need to be rounded. Don't need to grind much. If we're going for like a 102 exhaust, it really is only half a millimeter, at least in the center. I'm looking for uniformity. So now that I've got the exhaust kind of roughed in, get rid of all the carbon here. And you can open up the exhaust as wide as you like, as wide as it'll let you. But I don't. I generally am not usually into widening the whole thing, that much. Kicker! Welcome. let's go and do a bevel. Should we do a bevel? That. There it is. Okay. I use a diamond ball to do the bevel on the exhaust, because you definitely need a bevel on the exhaust, otherwise you're going to be hooking ranks. Yeah, I have not, I haven't done lots of lives lately, so sorry guys, I'm crazy, you know. There's your bevel. There's a one here too. Just to knock off the chips. Don't need much there, just want to knock off the chips so you don't scratch things, that's all. The arbors get stuck. Put some sandpaper in here, get this all polished. Again, I'm going to leave the transfers alone. I got to take just the lip off here, but other than that, I'm going to leave these transfers alone, I think, because they're actually, I mean, it's just a very nice cylinder. Really don't want to do that much to it. Turn this way down. Hit it. It's pretty uneven. Gotta do the exhaust anyway, it's good. going. Now we up the game to 200 grit. Thanks, man, for coming by. Appreciate it. How many people? We got 8 people watching. $220 grit. Really what we need to do, I mean, go back in here and grind on that. Take a little bit of emery and just with my finger go over that last edge. Looking pretty good. Nice. So, right, let's do the one, like the little, just need a bevel there. So on these lower transfers is like a lip. I just don't like that. We don't like that. Getting there, Tim. That's for sure. I'm going to do this. We're going to hit this with a little bit of Scotch-Brite. Going to hit this both sides, hit it with some Scotch-Brite, put it back on the saw, double, triple check things, and then we'll go for a pop. Nice, no lip. Oh yeah. Nice and even. Much better. No lip now. Gonna wash this, Scotch-Brite, wash again, then we're gonna check it on the saw. That's pretty clean right there. Let's just hit this with this just to make sure, and then we'll hit Scotch-Brite. Don't know if I can fit. Oh, I can. These fit in there. Oh yeah. Takes the edges off of like everything. Much better. Keep going with that for a minute. Unless I run out of battery. This battery's a little low too. Yeah, that's not snagging on anything. Okay, so now I can right back. Let me wash it. Bird. Clean all this up because we don't want shavings. The gloves come off. Business. That's weird. Right, here. Okay, just making sure the impulse line is patent. Forgot it came out the bottom, not out the... Anyway, doesn't matter. Let's check around the saw. A little bit of oil there. Bring the bottom dead center, more or less. Wrong one. Try again. Again, we're just testing fit, hopefully for the last time. Okay. You can look into the exhaust and make sure everything's rounded and whatnot. About there. 10, that says 104-ish. Again, I didn't grind that much ultimately on the... Make sure it's balanced. 103, 104. That's fine. That's going to be fine. For what we got here, that's just fine. All right, intake is... That is going to be crisp. That's very, very nice. About there. And we landed... Oh, shoot, right on 80. Perfect. That's great. Okay. Double, triple check the squish. Let's do that. Because now we're not really worried about we have our degree wheel here and we're good there. Everything's degreed. It looks tight. Visually, I can tell, like, it's tight. Right on 17. Tight, tight, tight. Good. That's it. We're going to leave it like that. Okay. Who's excited? Let's get this thing together. Get my rope. So about, let's call it 103, 122, and 80. Where it ended up. Which is just fine. Nothing wrong with that. Pull the head back off. I can put the ring on. I'm not even going to use any goops or anything on this. Again, the gasket's already here. It's intact. It's fairly well adhered. So I don't really need to hit it with goops. That's good. Just make sure it's clean. Nothing in the way. No debris, you know. Clips. I'm going to oil in there. There's plenty of oil in the crankcase. Let's put the circlips in. Pain tonight. Clicked. Perfect. There's one. That's not too cool. Where's the other one? got more clips. It's more a matter of finding them, isn't it? Be a bummer though. Why the devil would be a clip missing? Mm-hmm. I've got all kinds of goodies all over the place here. Just a matter of finding them. Okay. Yeah, that'll stop a whole project dead in its tracks. That's not cool. Nope, not in there. Let's see if it's in my box of randomness here. I've got 394 660 clips, but I don't think. Hang on, guys. Worst case scenario, I gotta go out in the shed and get new. I have new ones out in the shed. I know that too small. Still too small. Got one other spot in here before I can, actually at least one other, before I give up and go out and shed. Yeah. Got it. Here we go. That one. that one. Ta-da! Okay. You really want OEM Husky clips. That's what you want. And those are the ones that I save. Clicked. Perfect. Rotate them all the way down to the bottom. Down to the bottom, down to the bottom. You put a little bit of oil on the ring if you want. Okay, that's set. Now we need to work on the actual intake block. In this case, it's actually pretty easy. The intake block here, I'm just going to do a little bit of no goopy stuff. 1184. Just like that. Thin. Don't want to mess up the patency of the impulse line. Then I'm going to put red Loctite on these intake bolts because I don't want them coming out again. So I can find my red Loctite. None left in that one. Try again. Red Loctite is applied. Let's do a little bit of blue Loctite for these threads. Hopefully that was open. Do I have any blue? Guess I don't have any blue out. Nope, I don't. That's all correct. Everything lines up, which it does. And this is really nice to get this assembled prior to putting the, prior to putting the head down. Hey, Dara. Yeah. This one's nice. This one's a nice one. 272. Ported now. I'm not going to be able to pull this thing over with the compression it's going to get. That's pretty tight. Gooped, oiled. Nice and clean. Circlips are good. Okay. I need Mason for that? I need Mason for what? What do I need Mason for? I need Mason for everything, basically, but yeah. Oh, to pull it over, yes. I'm going to. Yeah. So a little bit of grease on the end of your driver here. These are actually quarter 20s with a, was it 3/16 head? 3/16 head. Again, not trying to impact it on, you just want to get it down, you know. And then where's the rest of my head bolts? Those tend to disappear too. Here we go, there's two. Yeah, why Husky decided to do quarter 20 head bolts, I don't know, but this is like a 17,000 squish. This is tight. Just a straight base gasket on this. We're not doing any goops or nothing. There's blue Loctite on the head bolts here, red Loctite now on the intake bolts. So nothing moves. Yeah, it feels good. It seats all the way. That feels nice. Got a good feel to it. All right. Just put the fuel line on there. Click in the choke. Be a little screw here. Top covers are selling. Yep. Come on. A little too far that way. I'll dremel it. I'll dremel it. Whatever. Now where do I put the screw? There it is. Yeah, so I got the covers on eBay. So super happy. Things are moving. Nice and tight there. Let's put the flywheel back on. Put that all back together. Yeah, but that's because it's a dental tool. That's why. It's gonna sound like a dental office if it's a dental tool. Don't need this anymore because that's for the top cover bolts. Or the head bolts, rather. I do need M4, 4mm. There's one. Just going to put the pawls on. Good. Next one. Again, don't forget the little washer that's under there. Balls can be intimidating at first, but a little bit of practice is really no big deal. But they should go nice and easy like that. Simple. Okay. All right. You don't want any oil on these surfaces. If you're worried about it, a little brake cleaner works just fine. A little bit of blue Loctite. The nut here, don't need to advance the timing on this. On a lot of the steels you do, but on the Huskies you don't. You could push it too far pretty quick. My understanding is most of these are pretty well optimized as far as timing goes. a head slapper. It's good. Tight squish, but not a head slapper. Put your stop in there. I don't go crazy on these. I think spec is like 26 foot-pounds. I do like 13. What are the top covers? We got 288 top covers, bud. Check these out. Not ready for prime time yet, but these are being sold as samples right now on high top covers. Super exciting. I don't think they've been made in like 20 years, and everybody's wanted high top covers for their 288. So I figured, well, let's do it. And I literally have spent my life savings to try to get them made. So this may be the hill I die on, but you know, whatever. But they're all made in USA, and yeah. I've got a guy that's a CAD genius working on them. He's really, really good. So he's working with me, and which is, you know, cool, because that's usually kind of a pain in the neck for most people. There's all these wires through here. That's clicked in. These are good. Yep. Clicked. Everything's good there. Let's get the starter. Holy smokes, the whole thing's leaking again. Oh, it's the dog bolt. Great. Man, 2 bolts. Great. So starter, this is a nearly new starter. I mean, it's beautiful. Okay. Decomp goes in. Oh, I don't put them in tight, just gentle, like. Okay. Get rid of some of the stuff I don't need. Matt, you have a bid on one for the covers for 90. Yeah, I know. I still think that's a little light, but the ones that I signed are intended to be serial number ones and basically collectible. If you think about it, like if somebody had an original Eliminator that was like signed by the, new old stock that was actually signed by the designer, how much would that go for, Saw one on eBay, went for like $600. So these things go for kind of crazy money. But right now they're not in, they're just samples. I mean, you can use them. They're not necessarily intended to be the final product, if you will. They are usable as they are. So exhaust. See, these exhausts are definitely a pain in the neck because you need to like dismantle a bunch of stuff to get them, off. Like if you want to pull the exhaust and check the piston, you got to dismantle all kinds of things. I think that's just crazy. Missing one of my Allens, which is not good. The one that I need. Fantastic. I think I know where it is. It's outside. Okay, that's all right. Hey, mate. Yeah, it's 272. 272, not 372. But yeah, it is a nice one. Howdy from the United States. Shelby, New in box, not X-Torque 372. No, I did not. But those are not necessarily difficult to find. So if you're thinking those are difficult to find, they're not. You can get them. Paveen Raj on Facebook has them. He's exporting them. So dog bolt, bolts on the front to hold the what do we call this? The bracket, muffler bracket on. The whole thing is just, held. Mufflers on. I mean, there's not much more to do here. Let's get the top handle on and get a compression number. Oh, come on. Good. They have all series 242, 242. You're missing a 266. Well, you're in luck. I've got one here under my bench that we got to tear apart and put back together, rebuild. So if you want it, you let me know. But you're in Hungary, so yeah, it's going to be... the shipping is going to be crazy. Okay. Let's not forget little rubber piece up top here. Make sure the whole thing doesn't melt down on you. All original, just 262, have meteor piston, Wilson. Yeah, I got one. They're fun. I don't have the 242 or the 254 though, so you're up on me on that. I don't see much point in the 281 over the 288 personally. Just a smaller head. I mean, it might be okay, but anyway. There's 110. That's 140 with the decomp. Let's undo the decomp. that's 180. With the squish so tight, it should be a little more than that, but we got 180. Okay. Throttle, don't forget that. Throttle, kill wire. There you go. $27% tax. Jeez. Okay, let's see. True fuel in here too. Okay. Oh, I forgot the choke. And the high idle. From. There you go. From. Okay. It's all yours, Sammy. All right. So what do you guys think? How'd I do? It's alive. You know? That's essentially that. I mean, we've got president make a communism. Yeah. Well, we might end up with that in this country, but that's a different topic. Okay. Anywho, there you have it. Anybody that wants to buy crank tools, they can contact me. Here's my email. It's matty05@aol.com. Get rid of the extra ampersands. Anybody that wants high top covers, they can also contact me, but I'm going to do these through eBay for right now because it kind of is smoother. So, yeah, if anybody wants 288 high top covers, let me know. We are going to be doing this, and this is a big project and a big production. So, any support you guys can give on this would be awesome. Very excited about that. And really, that's like the way to support the channel here. I don't typically ask for super chats or anything like that. I want you guys to actually get something for what you give me. Nice XP sticker on the top cover. You could. I'm not going to do that. Because I don't want any trouble like that. But if you want to put stickers, then you're welcome to do that. What else? That's pretty much it around here. I hope everybody stays safe. I do have a 266 XP or 266, whatever it is, to pull apart. That we'll get to one of these days, but it's my day off. Time to go chill out a little bit and hope that these top covers keep going. That's kind of where I'm at. If we keep the project going, then I can do really, really, really nifty stuff in the future. I think the 288 top covers are cool because they really haven't been produced in many, many years. So, and basically people have been clamoring for them. So, I appreciate people, checking them out and buying some right off the bat. That'd be great. And then we get the whole thing moving. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So, questions, comments, anything else, guys? So I'll leave it there then and say thanks everybody for hanging out and watching. Do appreciate it, and we will catch you guys some other time. Super big thanks to Glock 37 for doing the powder coating for me, and for Rattler. Both these guys I found on OPE forum, Glock 37 and Rattler. Rattler did the machine work for the 272 on the head. So yeah. That's how that goes. Everybody have a great evening. Stay safe. Take care. And contact me if you need anything. Okay. Talk to you later, guys. Bye.